Good evening everyone. Is my screen visible? Am I audible? Vishwanath, good evening. Am I audible? Is my screen is visible? Piyush Sharma, good evening. Yeah, okay. Let us wait for a few minutes for remaining members. Have you all submitted the second assignment? I think around 100 and something people have submitted first assignment. What about the second assignment? I saw only around 40 members have submitted the second assignment. What about the remaining members? It's already day 14th, right? So tomorrow you will get your third assignment. When will you submit your second assignment? Only 42 or 43 people have submitted the second assignment. So those who are not submitting a second assignment, please try to submit it as soon as possible. So tomorrow you will be getting your third assignment. Ramraj, I will tell you tomorrow. I don't know exactly. I'll tell you tomorrow. Okay. Shall we start the class? Shall we start, everyone? Okay, so today's topic is interfacing DS3231 RTC module using I2C LCD with ESP8266. So in last session we have already saw how to use I2C LCD, right? So today we are going to interface real-time clock with I2C LCD using ESP8266 microcontroller. Okay, so here we will learn how to interface the RTC module, which is DS3231 with Nadu ESP8266 12E board and 16x2 LCD display. So we will use DS3231 real-time clock module to keep track of the correct time and date and display it on 16x2 LCD display using ESP8266 as a microcontroller. So let's start. So this is our DS3231 RTC module. So this is a low cost, accurate I2C real-time clock with an integrated temperature compensated crystal oscillator, which is TCXO, and crystal. So the device incorporates a battery input and maintains accurate timekeeping when the main power to the device is interrupted. So the RTC maintains seconds, minutes, hours, day, date, month and year information. So the date of the end of the month is automatically adjusted for months with fewer than 31 days, including corrections for leap year also. So the clock operates in either 24-hour or 12-hour format with an active low AM PM indicator. So two programmable time of day alarms and programmable square wave outputs are provided. A precision temperature compensated voltage reference and comparated circuit, which is monitors the status of VCC to detect power failures, to provide a reset output and switch to the backup supply when necessary. So it actually consists of 6 pins, right? So one is here is the power and the ground, and this is data and clock. This is SQW and it is 32K. We are not going to use these 2 pins. We are only going to interface using these 4 pins, I2C pins and power and ground pins. And we are using here CR2032 lithium cell. So now let us write the code. So before getting into the code, we have to install library for RTC. So for that you can just go to Google and search RTC library for DS3231 download. Then here you will get your library. Just click this. You can download from here. You can download any one, zip that folder and go to your Arduino IDE. Install library in your Arduino IDE, or you can go for GitHub. Here also you can get your DS3231 RTC library. Using this you can download the zip file, extract that file and go to Arduino IDE. Just go to sketch, include library, add zip library and go where you downloaded the file and upload it. That's it. So now let's see how to write code for RTC, everything. So at the beginning what we have to do is that first we have to include all the necessary libraries. So first what I am going to do is that I am going to include wire library. So hash include wire dot hash library. This library is used for I2C communication, because here we are using I2C LCD, right? So for that we are using wire library, and then another library which is RTC DS3231 dot hash library. So this is used to interface with the DS3231 RTC module. And third library is include ESP8266 Wi-Fi library. So this is used to connect a Wi-Fi network. So and then include ESP8266 web server .h library. So this is used to create a web server. So then include liquid crystal library. So liquid crystal I2C dot hash library. So it is used to interface with the I2C LCD module. So these are the file libraries we are going to use. RTC, inside I am going to give like wire. So this line creates an instance of the RTC DS3231 class named RTC and associate it with the wire object for I2C communication. So next line is ESP8266 web server of So another instance of the ESP8266 web server class named server is created, which will listen on port 80. Sorry, it should be in caps actually. ESP8266 web server 80. And then now we need to give network credentials. So constant character pointer SSID or password SSID. So inside I am going to give, wait, let us give later. So constant character pointer password, which is equal to, yeah. So wait for a second. So here we have to paste our SSID name, and here we have to give password. That's it. So this line defines the SSID, which is network name and password of the Wi-Fi network that the ESP8266 will connect to. Now we have to initialize LCD and its address, rows and columns. So crystal I2C LCD. Inside I am going to give our slave address, which is 0 cross 27, 16 columns and 2 rows, right? So we are using 16 cross 2 LCD. And now void setup function. So inside, let's start with baud rate. So serial dot begin, I'm going to give 115200, and then I'm going to begin RTC. So this line initializes the RTC module, and then RTC date time compile is equal to RTC date time. Inside I am going to give date comma time. It should be in caps actually. Date and time. So this line creates an RTC date time compiled equal to RTC date time. Inside the bracket I gave date and time. So this line creates an instance of RTC date time named compile and initialize it with the date and time when the code was compiled. So then now we have to make if condition to check RTC's date and time are valid or not. So if inside not equal to RTC dot is date time valid. So inside I'm going to print a message like serial println RTC lost confidence in the date time. I'm going to print a message like this. So then RTC dot set date and time. Inside I'm going to give like compile. So if the RTC's date and time are not valid, this block of code is executed. So after the if condition, I'm going to give RTC date time, which is now, which is equal to RTC get date time. So this line retrieves the current date and time from the RTC and assigns it to the now variable. And then again RTC dot enable 32 kilohertz pin. I'm going to give this false. So this line disables the 32 kilohertz output pin of the RTC. So this pin is used to provide a 32 kilohertz square wave signal, but in this code it is turned off. I told that earlier, right? So we are not going to use that particular two pin. One is SQW and another one is 32 kilohertz pin. So now RTC dot set square wave pin which is SQW. Square wave pin. Inside I am going to give DS3231 square wave pin underscore mode none. So this line configures the square wave pin mode of the RTC. So in this case it says the mode to DS3231 square wave pin and mode none, which means no square wave signal will be output from the RTC. So now we need to connect the Wi-Fi, the provider, SSID and password. So for that Wi-Fi dot begin. Inside I am going to give SSID and password. So this line initiates the connection to the Wi-Fi network using the provided SSID and password. So then what I am going to do is that while loop for Wi-Fi checking. So I am going to create a while loop inside Wi-Fi dot status not equal to inside I am going to give a delay of like 500 and again I am going to print a message like waiting to connect. So this block of code waits until the Wi-Fi connection is established. So it repeatedly checks the Wi-Fi status and waits for 500 milliseconds between each check. It also prints a message to the serial monitor like indicating that it is waiting to connect. So now let's print the IP address of the serial monitor. So serial dot print IP address serial dot print ln. Then going to print that IP address. So local IP. So So this line will print the IP address on the serial monitor. Now I am going to make server dot on. Later. So this line defines the root for the server. At the root URL, the handle index function will be called when a request is received at this URL, and we are going to create that handle index function in the last part of the code. So now I am going to give server dot begin. I am going to begin the server. Now LCD initializations. So LCD dot begin. Inside I am going to give 16, 2. And now LCD dot backlight. So first line initializes the LCD module with 16 columns or 2 rows, and the second line turns on the backlight of the LCD module, making the text visible. So that's it for void setup, and now let's move to while loop function. So inside the loop function, we have to check for incoming client requests and handles them. For that, I am going to give server dot handle client. So it allows the web server to listen for and respond to requests. Then RTC date time now, which is equal to RTC dot get date time. So this line retrieves the current date and time from the RTC module and assigned it to the now variable of type RTC date and time. So now let's print the date and time on the serial monitor. Later we will write code for to print the date and time in the LCD as well. So first I am going to print like serial dot print. Inside I am going to give date. First I am going to print the date. Now serial dot print. Now dot. First I am going to print the year, comma DEC, which is decimal. So in this case, DEC is a short form for decimal, which means that the values will be printed in base of 10. That's why I gave DEC, which is decimal. Now serial dot print slash for the next one. Now serial dot print. Now we have to print month. Now dot month, comma again decimal. Then again serial dot print. Then we have to print day, right? So serial print ln. Now dot day, comma decimal. So now I am going to print serial dot print. Now we have declared the date, month and day, year, month and day. So now I am going to print the time. So first hour, minute and then second. So serial dot print inside now dot hour, decimal, again serial dot print, I'm just giving colon, serial dot print now dot minute, decimal, serial dot print, again the same thing, which is colon, at loss, serial dot print, ln, we have to print second. Again, it should be in base of 10, so decimal. So these are the lines we are going to print in serial monitor. So date, year, month, day and time, hour, minute, second. So now what we have to do is that now we have to print the same thing in the LCD. So first LCD dot set cursor, we have to set the place where we want to print, right? So first I am going to give 0th row, 0th column. Again LCD dot print. First I am going to print that date. Now LCD dot print now dot year. So the same thing, decimal, and now I am going to give slash LCD dot print slash. So again LCD dot print now dot month, decimal, again LCD dot print slash LCD dot print now dot day. Yeah. So these lines set the cursor position on the LCD to the first row and first column. Then it prints the date information obtained from the RTC on the LCD. So like date, year, month, day. So in the next line what we are going to print is time. So now I am going to set the cursor in 0th column, first row. So LCD dot print. Inside I am going to print the time. So now LCD dot print now dot hour first. So now LCD dot print colon. Now LCD dot print now dot minute, decimal. So LCD dot print colon, right? Now LCD dot print second, now dot second, decimal. So that's it. So in the second row it will print the time with hour, minute and second. So at last what we have to do is that we have to give a delay of like 1 second. So now we have to create a function called void handle index. So inside I am going to give server dot, this is an index page. Like this I am going to print. So this line send a response to the client requesting the root URL with the status code of 200, like OK. So the response is in plain text format and the content in the string, which is this is an index page. It is used to serve a basics response when the root URL is accessed. So first let us verify this. I have already connected the components and components. First we have to make sure that we have selected the correct port and board. Yes, it is. So let me verify it. Just wait for a few seconds to compiling. So here I have already made the connections. So here I have connected the LCD pins to the SP32, which is the positive pins has been connected to the 5V, which is V in pin, and ground has to be connected to the ground pin. And the serial clock pin has to be connected to the D1, which is 4 I think of the ESP8266, and data pin has to be connected to D2. And similarly, if you are taking RTC module, the power pin has to be connected with 3.3V, and the ground pin has to be connected with ESP8266 ground, and the I2C pins has to be connected to D1, D2. D1 which is clock, and D2 pin is data. So this is our connection. Wait for a few minutes. I'm taking so much of time. Taking so much of time. Sorry for the delay. There is no error in our code. So now let us upload the code to our microcontroller. Yeah, it's uploading. Let me open the serial monitor. So here make sure that you have selected the correct baud rate, and here actually it print the default date and time. It is 2001 and 1. Actually it's supposed to show like the current date and time. I think there is some issues with my battery. If you are inserting the working battery, in the sense it will actually print the current date and time. So you can see the same output in LCD also. It is printing the minute and seconds along with this. So here also you can see this, but the date is the default date. Actually the output will be like this. Yeah. So it is in the 2023 5/26, the same date, and time is 11:80. Here it will shows like 11:17 because of some delays. So this is the actual output, but now we are getting the default date and time. So is it clear? Do you have any doubts regarding this? Is it clear, everyone? For now, it is impossible for explaining all these things in Tamil. We will do it in the another sessions. We will try to explain in Tamil in future. Sorry for this. Is it clear, everyone? Do you guys have any doubts regarding this? Is it clear? Okay, what about the remaining members? Is it clear, everyone? So please all of you just try to submit your second assignment as soon as possible. So tomorrow you will get your third assignment. So before that, try to submit your second assignment. Okay. Okay, so thank you for your response. So this is all about today's session. We'll see you tomorrow with next topic. So let it wind up here. Thank you all. Have a great day.